everybody. It's Roxy, Kyler, and Eli, and we are so excited to be with you today. You might notice that things look a little different. Besides that I'm with a triceratop in the jungle. We are in a forest, and today starts our new series of reforestation, and with that comes Forest Sunday School. Woohoo! So we will be exploring the great outdoors throughout this entire season. Our hope is that this Sunday and next Sunday will be all virtual Forest Sunday School, and that will allow you and your parents time to discuss what that looks like for y'all. So we're going to continue to do virtual forest school no matter what. So if you and your family decide, hey, we don't want to get together in small gatherings, we want to stay virtual, then that is still the option for you. We'll still play our virtual Sunday school after service every Sunday and send those out in the link. But we also will have opportunities for your family to opt in. That means sign up for small gatherings that we'll be doing outside, masks on, socially distant, and in local forests as we get to learn about our great creation from our great creator. So why are we doing this? Why do we care about nature?
Because it grows.
Because it grows? Who made nature?
God.
God. And so what do you think our job is?
To work.
To work to take care of creation, right? God created all of this, and there's so much to learn about it. I believe that there's a lot that we can learn about God through learning about nature. So we're going to be doing that. Also, after Easter, remember the story goes that Jesus was crucified on Good Friday, right? And then 3 days later, Jesus rose again from the dead. Remember? On Easter Sunday, which is what we celebrated last Sunday. And the very first thing that happens is the women, Mary Magdalene, goes to the tomb, and she's expecting to find Jesus in the tomb, right? Because that's where they buried him. But remember what happens is the rock, the tomb, is rolled over. Mary Magdalene goes into the tomb hoping to find Jesus and doesn't find Jesus anywhere. Then she starts crying. She thinks someone has taken Jesus. And all of a sudden, from behind her, someone says, "Woman, why are you crying?" She says, "They've taken Jesus. They've taken my Lord. They've taken my rabbi. They've taken my friend." And she's so sad. He says, "Mary." And she turns around and she thinks it's the gardener in the garden. But guess who it was? Guess who it was?
Jesus.
Jesus had come back from the dead. And Jesus met Mary in the garden, in nature. Pastor Tim last week talked about how he thinks that Jesus probably had his hands dirty in the soil, busy at work in the garden. And I love that idea that Jesus is there taking care of the creation with us. So we're going to spend this season of Eastertide, our liturgical season, in the forest, learning about nature. So we have a few things. First, our virtual lessons will be from The Magic and Mystery of Trees. I will record these and read them to you, so you don't necessarily need the book, but if you and your parents wanted to buy the book, then you could read along with us. For in-person forest school, we'll also be reading from this. So again, it's not totally necessary for you to buy it, but it is a wonderful, wonderful book that talks all about trees, the way that it works, the different ways that they communicate, the ways that they help us and that we can help them. And it's just beautifully illustrated. So it's one of our favorite books. So this is what we will be following and learning from this season. And then we'll also have I have some fun books that give us some great ideas for tiny explorers into the world and into the wild that will help us do some creative learning and art and play from nature objects. So that is what we will be doing. And if you are interested in having small outdoor gatherings with us, have your parents email me, and then I'll collect all that information of how many kids, what age kids. Everyone will be required to wear masks and to be socially distant. We'll be sitting on blankets outside, maybe going on nature walks, maybe going hiking through Arabia Mountain. We have an upcoming work day in the playground area. So again, ways to learn about nature, ways to give back, plant seeds, grow things. So that's what we will be doing, and I would love to learn from y'all who is interested. That way I can best organize it. The other thing is I would really love to make Creation Care t-shirts. And I have an idea for it where as many kids as possible can draw things from nature and then give them to me, and then I can work to create a t-shirt kind of like this t-shirt. See how it has a world and it says, "We've only got one planet, take care of her, treat her right," I think is what it says. And I would love to create a shirt with y'all's artwork and drawings of anything found in nature. So rainbows, butterflies, birds, life cycles, trees, different types of leaves, recycle things. And I would love to just like have kids' artwork all over our shirts so that we can have our own t-shirts that we designed and made. So that's another idea. So if you're interested in that, draw some pictures up, send them to me, and I would love to put those together. And now, without further ado, join us for our story from The Magic and Mystery of Trees, where we'll learn about why we care for trees, what trees are, what trees do for us, and how to take care of trees. So stay tuned for that. Bye.
Bye.
Let's dive into learning more about the magic and mystery of trees. This book is written by Jen Green and illustrated by Claire McElroy-Trick. If you have this book at home, you're welcome to read along, but if you don't, that's okay too. We have tons to learn about God's great creation. So what is a tree? A tree is a huge plant that towers above us. You'll find trees standing alone in people's yards or cluster together in thick forests. Trees are true wonders of nature. Some species grow taller than 50 cars stacked on top of each other. Trees can live for hundreds of years, and the very oldest are thousands of years old. Every part of a tree works together, from the deepest roots that burrow through the earth to the smallest leaf on the highest branch. Every part of a tree is working hard to help it survive. When you get to know these silent giants, you'll never look at trees the same way again. Trees and me. Trees help us in 100 different ways. They provide food, wood, and many other useful products. They make the air fresh and healthy by creating oxygen and help make our planet a clean place to live. Trees take good care of us and other living things. Yet all over the world, people are harming trees. We cut forests down for timber and to make room for farms and cities. We also cause pollution, and that is hurting the trees. Trees do a lot to keep our world green and healthy. They provide a home for the countless plants and animals and people who live in forests around the world. In turn, it's up to each and every one of us to take good care of the trees. Harvest time! From a piece of juicy fruit to spicy guacamole, trees provide us with so many mouth-watering meals. Without trees, there would be no chocolate, no mango yogurt, no avocado toast. They even produce powerful medicines that help us get well when you're feeling sick. Of course, there's fruit produced by trees that we make fruit salad with. There's also palm trees, which we extract an oil from that goes into making pizza, cookies, and ice cream. There's medicine. The headache medicine that aspirin originally comes from is the bark of a willow tree. Another helpful tree is the cinchona, which creates a medicine called quinine that helps treat malaria. Of course, trees also have nuts like coconut, cashews, almonds, walnuts. And then there are spices that come from the tree. Things that create nutmeg, there's cinnamon, and then you can tap a tree to get the maple syrup. Tons of things are made from trees. Wood is a super material. It's strong and beautiful and can be grown in an eco-friendly way. We use this incredible material to build our houses and to make all kinds of objects. Did you know that it takes at least 30 years to grow a pine tree for wood? Objects that are made out of wood clearly come from trees. So do paper goods like paper and cardboard. They're made out of tiny wood chips mixed together with water. There's also hardy wood like oaks and maples that make strong wood that is used for roof beams and furniture. There are also trees called rubber trees that ooze a milky sap, which is turned into a car and bicycle tires. Rubber boots, party balloons, and rubber bands are also made from rubber. Trees and the planet. Trees are vital to every single person on the planet. They keep the earth cool and moist, which makes it a nice place to live. Trees love to soak up water, but don't worry, they are willing to share it with the rest of us. They even help to create clouds. This process is called the water cycle. It begins when water rises from the ocean as a gas called water vapor. Then the leaves catch rain from the clouds and give off extra moisture the tree doesn't need as water vapor. Any rain that the trees don't absorb soaks into the soil or runs into rivers. High in the air, the moisture from the trees form clouds. When clouds float over high areas such as mountains, water falls as rain or snow, then goes down the mountain, flowing back down toward the lower ground into our rivers and streams. The water cycle. Water moves between the sea, air, and land in a non-stop cycle called the water cycle. Trees play a very important part in this by releasing water back into the air and absorbing it through their roots. They stop rain from flowing right back into the sea.
Thanks for joining in that great story, everyone. I hope you learned something. I sure did. I had no idea that rubber came from trees, which is pretty fascinating. Oil, all sorts of stuff. So for our creative response today, we are going to be doing a stick frame loom. So I'll include instructions on this, but you will want to get some string, and then everything else will be found in nature. So you'll get 4 sticks and then find a whole bunch of different leaves, of flowers, whatever it is that you want to weave into your nature loom, and go on a nature walk and just find all of what is beautiful and happening in nature in this beautiful springtime. We hope that you enjoyed Forest Sunday School today, and we look forward to joining with you next week.